snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books.
Hi guys, I am here today to do a book review, and the book I'm going to be reviewing is one I really enjoyed. I did this as a buddy read with Elizabeth from Books and Pieces and with Chelsea from The Reading Outlaw. I'll link both their channels, and we had a fantastic time reading this. Of course, I'm talking about Prudence by Gail Carriger, which is the first book in her new series, which is the Custard Protocol series. You guys probably heard me talk about the Parasol Protectorate series a good few months ago now. I read all 5 in that series back to back, month by month, and really enjoyed them, particularly the ones near the end of the series I was utterly adoring. And this series follows one of the characters who is introduced, I think, in the last 2 books of that series. She's actually the daughter of our main character from the Parasol Protectorate series. She is called Prudence, or Rue is her kind of nickname, and we follow her in this new series as she is all grown up and she has her own adventures starting. This world is really, really creative. Gail Carriger actually does vampires and werewolves in a way that I enjoy. I have to say, vampire and werewolf stories never sound good to me just because of Twilight. I have that association, and I don't love Twilight. They just don't sound that good. They don't really appeal. But this series is not the typical werewolf and vampire series. They do have werewolves, they do have vampires within this world. They actually coexist with the humans of this world. We also have some other strange, interesting types of people. So we have the main character of the Parasol Protectorate series, who is called Alexia Tarabotti. She is a soulless. The main plotline of the Parasol Protectorate series focuses on her character being soulless, which means she can touch a preternatural, which is basically a werewolf or a vampire or a ghost, and when she touches them they lose their preternatural state, so they revert back to their human form. So she can turn vampires and werewolves back to humans, and she can also perform an exorcism on a ghost. So that's her power. Rue, or Prudence, has a rather interesting power, which I'm not going to go into because I think it's a major plot point for the first series, the Parasol Protectorate series, so I would only recommend reading this book if you've read the Parasol Protectorate series already. I would say you're going to spoil yourself for that series if you don't read that series before starting this one. So that would be my advice. However, I will say if you love steampunk books, this is a book or a series you should definitely get involved in. There are all sorts of big airships that are being floated around. We're set in a sort of Victorian-esque London era, and I really enjoyed that setting. I think it's just a fun environment. I think that our main character of Rue is just a fantastic one. She has some extraordinary powers which give her a lot of control over the decisions she wants to make. She also has a couple of the characters wrapped around her little finger. She is very persuasive and very demanding too, and she's a little bit spoiled, but that all adds to her charm and makes her into a character who is quite likeable as someone to read about. I loved the fact that we followed her on this adventure. We follow her and her best friend, who is the daughter of Alexia Tarabotti's best friend, and together they are just crazy, funny, and very adventurous. They love to go on adventures, but they've never really been abroad, so this is their first adventure abroad, and they get into all sorts of political mix-ups, all sorts of language barriers, and lots of crazy stuff happens to both Prim, her friend, and Rue. I think this is a fantastic start to a series. It's fun, it's pompous, it's silly, it's wacky, it's light-hearted, it's amusing, and it's full of laughter and moments that will make you smile, that will make you happy, will make you have like warm fuzzy feelings because it's so cute. There are so many good characters within this, and I loved seeing the return of Lord Akeldama. I have to admit, he's one of my all-time favourite characters, him and Biffy. I just love him, and so I'm really happy to see more of his character because he is a completely crazy, kind of slightly batty vampire who is just full of lines that you could not make these lines up. Gail Carriger just thinks in a way that is so witty and so funny, and I love that about her stories. So this is one I would highly recommend you check out. If you want something light, if you want something fun, definitely pick up the Parasol Protectorate series or the first one in the Custard Protocol series if you've already read the Parasol Protectorate. So that's my review for this one. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars, would highly recommend it, and leave me all of your thoughts down below if you guys have read this one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Thank Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.